really about how do you save that 4 hours per week per employee, or even if it's 2 hours a week per employee. Where do you get that from? And how do you use the Microsoft 365 suite to achieve those savings?
With the usage analytics now, what that's looking at is where in your organization the largest usage of each type of Microsoft 365 forum or platform is being utilized. And it offers up a summary of all the adoption trends. So if people are adopting Outlook, their web browser, Teams chat, SharePoint, then they're utilizing it at a faster and quicker pace because they're leveraging all over the platform as opposed to a singular place. And then under usage, you can drill down and view into the volume of active users that you have and key activities that they're looking at. So now, whether they're making phone calls or sending a lot of emails or otherwise, you actually have a clear picture of where most of the time spent within the organization is going, right? Now, if they're making phone calls, of course, and they're on the phone for a long time, I mean, they could be calling their mom, but again, they're still doing something productive there because they're on the phones. And if we were to go on to the next one on the analysis portion, you can look at it by groups. Even if you were to address it through Teams or otherwise, like you can have a separate report for service on the email, 365 groups, OneDrive, SharePoint, previously Skype, now Teams, and even Yammer. And when looking at it from a communications perspective, you can see at a glance that whether people in the organization prefer to stay in touch using Teams, email, or otherwise, you can see a clear correlation between 2019 November to 2020 October, where we were doing probably a call participation around 97, and now we're doing on an average between May to October 2,500, right? We've multiplied that easily by 10. And it goes the same for our channel chat messaging, our activity counts, and participation in meetings as well, right? We're 330 activity count in meetings that we participate in, with a total of 18 persons across our organization. That's crazy.
That's a lot of meetings, Jermaine.
Yeah, it's too many meetings. I mean,
so,
now that we're in a meeting.
Where I would just inject based on the feedback we've got from the polling, there's one thing to have a feeling, and we've got feedback from the folks that are on the webinar, about 50% feel that they're only about 50% useful, or they're only utilizing about 50% of the cloud technology available to them, right? And about 43% of folks on this webinar are saying they think their average staff member loses about 2 hours a week.
All right.
On their utilization of technology. So we're going based on feeling, but you look at the data that Jermaine's showing us here, and that can give us really hard data, right?
Yeah, so if you flip to the next slide, this one, again, it's the same scenario. If you take a look here, you could see hard data. In September 2020, our average email sent as an organization was 166, right? And outside of that, if we were to look at our mailbox count versus the amount of storage data that we've used and the emails that we've read, like, wow, we've read 1,143 of our clients' emails, not counting the ones that we send internally. I mean, it must be less than that for sure. But again, cat videos are always and never accepted at work. But with that in place, again, it's nice to see that if you think right now, I would challenge you to go back when you get off of the webinar and you go and you look at this stuff in your own time. I would challenge you to take a look at, if you feel that you're losing about 2 hours a week, I can almost guarantee it's double that. And hopefully it's less than that. Yeah, that's great because you're already well into the platforms. But if you go back and you look at the hard data and you can really see how much is there, then you can save the 2 hours that you already think is missing and then some.